It's the timeless struggle, isn't it? You're in the kitchen, gazing into the pantry. On one shelf, there sits a delightful box of spaghetti, ready to inspire your culinary creativity. On the flip side, a bag of rice. Chances are, you've savored these beloved staples countless times throughout your life. They serve as the foundation of nearly every beloved comfort meal we cherish. However, the situation has changed. You've reached the milestone of 60 years. Perhaps your doctor has suggested monitoring your kidney function, or perhaps you're simply taking the initiative because you're aware that your dietary choices hold greater significance today than they did 3 decades ago. Amidst the overwhelming clamor, clarity can be hard to find. Some folks claim that carbs are the villain. Some people advise steering clear of white foods. It's tempting to throw in the towel and just order a pizza, but that's not the route we want to take. Today, we're going to eliminate the confusion and discover some straightforward, safe alternatives that simplify life. Let's dive in. Let's dive into the world of culinary competition and explore why the epic showdown between rice and pasta is so essential. When we consider kidney health, particularly for those of us over 60, our focus extends beyond just calories or waistlines. We are assessing the workload. Imagine your kidneys as the dependable filter in a classic vintage car, ensuring everything runs smoothly. It has been an exceptional companion for an impressive 60 years. It's challenging. It showcases remarkable strength. However, it certainly warrants a little time off. There's no need to spend extra hours sifting through distractions that shouldn't be present from the start. The issue with rice and pasta doesn't lie solely in the food itself in its most basic state. It reflects the impact of contemporary manufacturing on them and the routine processes we apply to music them before they reach our plates. There's a common belief that blandness equates to safety. We often assume it's just plain white rice, it can't be harmful. Or it's merely boiled noodles, easy on the stomach. While that may hold for digestion, the narrative shifts entirely when it comes to blood filtration. Let's start with pasta first. If you stroll through the pasta aisle today, you'll find it truly overwhelming. You have created a delightful blend that is whole grain, infused with spinach, gluten-free, and packed with protein. The list continues endlessly, like a melody that never fades away. However, when it comes to your kidneys, the true adversary often lies not in the wheat itself. It's all about the preservation and enhancement of the musical experience. Numerous processed pastas, particularly the quick cooking options or those found in handy side dish pouches with pre-packaged sauce, are often packed with sodium and inorganic phosphorus. They incorporate these additives to ensure long-lasting shelf stability and to enable cooking in just 3 minutes. You're not merely cooking grain, you're creating something extraordinary. You're heating up a potent blend that your kidneys must tackle right away. Next up, we have rice. Rice appears to be so pure and unassuming. It's the essence of existence for billions, yet there's a hidden pitfall: ease and accessibility. How many of us reach for those 92 rice pouches or the convenient seasoned boxed rice that only requires water and butter? I've accomplished it. Everyone has. While it may save you time, those convenient options frequently pack a hefty dose of sodium. A single serving of a seasoned rice mix can pack in almost half of your daily sodium allowance, and that's before you even think about adding a piece of chicken or a vegetable. You grasp that box of seasoned rice, and it guarantees a taste of home-cooked goodness. However, the nutrition label reveals a narrative of industrial preservation that can be tough on your body. Even when you opt for the basic options, the perplexing matter of fiber and minerals still comes into play. We frequently hear from general health guidelines that we should opt for healthier choices like brown rice or whole wheat pasta due to their fiber content. Overall, that's excellent guidance for your heart health and digestive well-being. However, when it comes to the kidneys, it's a paradox. Whole grains boast a remarkable increase in potassium and phosphorus compared to their refined white counterparts. It truly feels like a betrayal, doesn't it? Music. You decide to embrace the healthier choice of brown rice for the sake of your well-being, only to find that your lab results may take an unexpected turn, music, in the wrong direction. We find ourselves navigating a perplexing terrain. Is the white stuff harmful because it's refined sugar? Is the brown substance harmful due to the minerals it contains? Is the pasta's flavor compromised due to the additives? It seems as though every opportunity is shut tight. This is the essence of the issue. We are working to adapt general healthy eating guidelines to a specific context focused on kidney protection, and sometimes these two approaches don't align perfectly. It's time to shift our perspective on these foods and see them not merely as carbs, but as essential ingredients for that vintage filter I referred to earlier. We must determine which option truly represents the lighter load. It's essential to ease the burden on your kidneys. However, it's in the act of doing that the real frustration begins to surface. It seems like you require a biochemistry degree just to make sense of the pasta aisle on a Tuesday afternoon. Imagine the setting. You find yourself in the grocery store, music playing softly in the background, with reading glasses resting on your nose. You examine a box of pasta, flipping it over repeatedly in your hands. You are making an effort to do the right thing. You might be on the hunt for the sodium number. And perhaps you've stumbled upon one that seems quite promising. It proudly displays low sodium on the front. Awesome, isn't it? Music. But then you narrow your eyes at the ingredient list. It's a compact piece of text, small enough to fit on a postage stamp. Deep within their history music, the semolina and niacin reveal terms such as sodium phosphate and potassium chloride. This is the first significant trap in the music scene, and it evokes the strongest feelings of frustration on your behalf. Food labeling laws can be quite complex. In numerous locations, manufacturers must disclose sodium content, yet they are not consistently obligated to reveal phosphorus levels. It is the unseen adversary. You might come across a product that appears completely safe when you glance at the nutrition facts panel. However, a closer look at the ingredients list may reveal hidden phosphate additives lurking there, used as preservatives or texturizers. Music. Here's the twist. Your body soaks up these added inorganic phosphates effortlessly, much like a sponge absorbs water. Almost all of them are absorbed directly into your system. In contrast, the natural phosphorus present in real foods such as nuts and beans is absorbed by your body at a rate of approximately 40% to 60%. That quick cook rice or processed pasta side dish isn't merely loaded with salt. It involves delivering a concentrated infusion of difficult-to-filter minerals straight into your bloodstream. However, the label doesn't provide that information. The label proudly boasts a quick preparation time of just 5 minutes and highlights its excellent iron content. Next, let's address the marketing confusion I mentioned earlier, the whole grain trap. For 4 decades, the narrative has been that brown surpasses white. Consume your whole grains, they advise. For the general population, it is indeed true that music benefits heart health and digestion. However, when it comes to managing kidney health after the age of 60, particularly if your GFR, or kidney filtration rate, has declined from previous levels, the guidelines change dramatically. You spot a box of whole wheat pasta adorned with a vibrant red heart. It suggests well-being. It suggests enduring quality. Whole wheat pasta and brown rice keep the bran and germ of the grain intact. That is where the plant stores its essential nutrients, including a significant amount of potassium and phosphorus. When you choose the healthy music option, you believe you're making a positive choice for your body. However, you could inadvertently be adding to the mineral load that your kidneys are already working hard to manage. Music. It is maddening. You are committed to embracing the principles of nutritious eating. However, the guidelines for kidney-friendly eating are an entirely separate set of rules that you weren't given. It's more than just the grains alone, it's the company they keep. Let's face it, no one enjoys dry pasta or bland, unseasoned rice. We indulge in them as carriers of taste. This is the moment when the budget and convenience music trap closes tight. It's been a long day for you. You might not feel like whipping up a sauce from scratch with those vibrant fresh tomatoes and fragrant herbs. You're ready to tackle that jar? Let's get it open. You stroll through the sauce aisle. You grab a jar of classic marinara, ready for a 1/2 cup serving. Just a mere half cup packs a punch with 600 milligrams of sodium. That accounts for almost half of your daily limit if you're following a renal diet. Let's be honest, who really stops at just half a cup of sauce? We unleash it. Or perhaps you lean towards music rice. You reach for a bottle of soy sauce or teriyaki glaze. It's the essence of salt captured in a liquid melody. Even if you select the perfect grain, you can compromise the safety of your meal in an instant with the simple pour from a jar. The other option is to create everything from the ground up. Purchase fresh, organic tomatoes today. Craft your very own low-sodium broth that resonates with your unique flavor profile. It sounds fantastic, but it comes with a hefty price tag and requires a commitment of time that you may not be able to spare. It seems as though you're being penalized for not possessing the vitality of a 20-something or the financial means of a top-tier chef. Next comes the issue of social isolation. This is the moment that stings the deepest. It's the perfect time for Sunday dinner. The family is on their way over. Everyone craves lasagna or a hearty stir-fry. You want to avoid being the one who complicates things. You don't want to be stuck with a lonely bowl of plain white rice while everyone else indulges in the rich, savory delights. You probably don't want to bombard the waiter with a barrage of questions about the intricacies of how the arsado music is crafted. Too frequently, we simply surrender. We indulge in the same meals as everyone else, and then we deal with the consequences afterward. We find ourselves tossing and turning at night, questioning whether that single meal caused any harm. This relentless anxiety, the scrutinizing of labels, the deceptive marketing, the concealed additives, the dread surrounding food, it's utterly draining. It diminishes the pleasure of dining. Food should be a source of nourishment and joy, not a daunting equation that intimidates you. You require a definitive champion. When it comes to making a choice for your kidney health tonight, it's essential to keep it straightforward. If you're deciding between rice and pasta, which one should you go for? Let's break it down simply and practically. How can I enjoy music today without facing any regrets tomorrow? It's time to resolve this once and for all. We have examined the traps, the concealed minerals, and the perplexity. If you find yourself in the kitchen with a box of pasta in one hand and a bag of rice in the other, which option is the safer choice? The top choice for kidney protection after 60 is simple white rice. I understand. It contradicts nearly every health article you've come across in the past 2 decades. Let's delve into the specifics of why this applies to you, and, even more crucially, how to navigate it effectively to avoid falling into the sugar trap. Here lies the science. White rice is lower in phosphorus and potassium compared to both brown rice and whole wheat pasta due to the removal of the bran and germ. The burden of heavy minerals has been lifted. It's a purer fuel, perfect for giving your kidneys the break they deserve. Pasta, including white varieties, typically boasts a higher protein content, leading to increased nitrogen waste. Additionally, depending on the brand, it may contain those hidden additives we've discussed. Raw, dry white rice is typically just that, rice in its purest form. No sodium, minimal minerals, zero additives. However, and this is a significant point, you can't simply indulge in heaps of sticky white rice and consider it sufficient. Particularly if you're keeping an eye on your blood sugar levels. Discover the ultimate 3-step safe swap protocol music to transform white rice into the ideal kidney-friendly foundation. Step 1. Rinse and adjust the ratio. This is the crucial step that many individuals overlook. Before you prepare your white rice, it's essential to rinse it thoroughly. Place the dry rice into a bowl, submerge it in water, swirl it with your hand until the water turns cloudy, music, and then drain it. Repeat this process 3 or 4 times until the water appears relatively clear. What's the reason behind that? You are rinsing away any excess surface starch. This results in rice that is fluffier and less sticky, helping to avoid that heavy, bloated sensation. It effectively removes any surface dust or debris from the grain during processing. When preparing your dish, be sure to adhere to a precise portion size. We're not loading the plate. We are incorporating rice as a delightful accompaniment. Your ideal serving size is between half a cup and 3/4 of a cup of cooked rice. It's roughly the size of a tennis ball. This maintains the glycemic load, ensuring the sugar impact remains manageable while providing that comforting carb satisfaction. Step 2. The flavor enhancement without the salt. Remember how we mentioned that plain rice lacks excitement? We're addressing that issue immediately. No need to adjust the salt shaker. Instead of boiling your rice in plain water, give this a try. Add a crushed clove of garlic, a slice of fresh ginger, or a bay leaf into the pot while it boils. The rice takes in these delightful aromatics as it cooks, enhancing its flavor profile beautifully. Once completed, discard the garlic or ginger. leaving you with rice that exudes an incredible aroma and boasts a subtle, savory depth. Another clever idea: green rice. Once your rice is cooked and hot, stir in a handful of chopped fresh herbs such as parsley, cilantro, or chopped scallions, along with a squeeze of fresh lemon or lime juice. The acidity of citrus in music invigorates your taste buds similarly to salt, but without any sodium drawbacks. It transforms a dull, white mound into a vibrant, fresh, restaurant-quality side dish. Step 3. The cauliflower cut, accompanied by music. This is my top tip for saving money while staying healthy. If you enjoy a hearty bowl of rice but are mindful of your weight or blood sugar, try a 50-50 approach. Combine your cooked white rice with an equal portion of riced cauliflower for a delicious blend. You can purchase frozen riced cauliflower at an affordable price or simply grate a fresh head of cauliflower yourself, steam for 3 minutes, and blend it seamlessly into your white rice. You experience the delightful texture and satisfaction of a generous bowl of rice, all while slashing calories and halving the carb load. Additionally, cauliflower is a kidney-friendly vegetable, in contrast to certain greens such as spinach, which contain high levels of potassium. It enhances the meal without adding extra strain on your kidneys. What about those who adore pasta? Do you really have to bid farewell to music for good? No, not for eternity. However, it's essential to reclassify pasta from a staple food to an occasional indulgence. If you simply can't resist pasta, steer clear of the whole wheat varieties. Opt for classic white semolina pasta. However, here's the catch: boil it in a generous amount of water and refrain from drinking or using the pasta water. A considerable quantity of potassium seeps out of the pasta into the water while it boils. Ensure it is completely drained. Music. And just like the rice, keep an eye on your portion size. 1 cup of cooked pasta is significantly denser than 1 cup of fluffy rice. However, the true secret weapon for pasta enthusiasts isn't actually pasta itself. Consider exploring low-protein pasta alternatives or glass noodles. Cellophane noodles crafted from mung bean starch, glass noodles boast an impressively low content of potassium and phosphorus, paired with a delightful chewy texture that elevates stir-fries and soups to new heights. They are an excellent kidney-safe alternative when you're yearning for noodles, but want to remain firmly within your boundaries. It's evident that the conclusion is unmistakable. Discover a daily staple that's kind to your filtration system, effortlessly easy to digest, and versatile enough to embrace any flavor you desire. Rinsed and portioned white rice is your ultimate winner. It stands as a beacon of clarity amidst the chaos of dietary uncertainty. Now that we've crowned white rice the champion, let's dive into how to shop for it and create a meal tonight that prioritizes your safety. I want you to have a definitive plan for a kidney-friendly grocery trip. Never feel lost in that aisle again. First, implement the bag over box rule. As you step into the rice aisle, bypass the vibrant rectangular boxes that catch your eye at eye level. These are the marketing pitfalls laden with sodium and preservatives. Search for the bags, typically located on the bottom shelf. You're looking for either plain, long-grain white rice, jasmine, or basmati. Flip the bag and take a look at the label. It should feature precisely one ingredient: rice. If you come across an extensive list of vitamins such as niacin, thiamine mononitrate, or folic acid, it indicates that the rice has undergone enrichment. In the United States, the majority of white rice is enriched by law. While this isn't a catastrophe, discovering imported jasmine or basmati rice that is unenriched is truly the gold standard. It reduces the nutrient burden that your kidneys need to process. Additionally, be sure to steer clear of anything that is labeled as parboiled or converted. These have been processed to reintroduce nutrients into the grain, elevating the potassium and phosphorus levels, which is precisely what we aim to prevent. Next, we need to refine your sauce strategy. This is where the pasta enthusiast frequently stumbles. Pasta typically calls for a rich tomato sauce, and tomatoes are inherently packed with potassium. Rice, on the other hand, is remarkably adaptable and complements kidney-friendly fats exquisitely. Instead of a jarred sauce, opt for a tablespoon of high-quality olive oil, toasted sesame oil, or garlic-infused oil. These enhance richness and provide a delightful mouthfeel without introducing introducing any sodium or phosphorus. You enjoy rich flavor without the hassle of filtration. Next, let's discuss the budget bonus. This is exactly why I'm so passionate about this swap. A small package of specialized low-protein pasta designed to be kidney-friendly typically costs between $5 and $6. A 5-pound bag of white rice costs roughly the same and offers nearly 50 servings. Switching to rice can lead to substantial savings on your grocery expenses. You can take those savings and invest them in higher quality proteins like fresh chicken breast or wild-caught fish, which are much better for you than processed deli meats. Fourth, conquer fatigue with the Sunday batch method. One of the biggest reasons we reach for those high-sodium instant noodles or pasta pouches is simply because we are tired. We're craving food right this moment. Defy the odds. Prepare a generous batch of your white rice on Sunday. Rinse it thoroughly, bring it to a boil, and then carefully portion it into small containers for easy storage in the fridge. Introducing your very own instant rice that cooks to perfection in just 60 seconds in the microwave. It matches the speed of the salty options, yet it stands out as pure, safe, and a guardian of your health. At last, here's your ultimate recipe for the perfect golden kidney bowl. Combine your pre-cooked white rice with cauliflower for a delicious, low-sugar option. Enhance your dish with low-potassium vegetables such as vibrant red bell peppers, savory onions, or crisp green beans. Add a portion of protein the size of a small deck of cards, about the size of a music album cover. Enhance your dish by drizzling with sesame oil and adding a refreshing squeeze of lime juice. Music. What have you just accomplished? You've crafted a meal that's low in phosphorus, carefully controlled in potassium, and virtually sodium-free until you choose to add just a hint of salt yourself. You opted not to purchase a processed diet meal. You created a complete food shield for your kidneys using ingredients readily available at any music store. After turning 60, it's common to feel as if your body is working against you, making it seem like all your favorite foods and activities are suddenly out of reach. However, as we observe today, it's not about depriving yourself. It's all about making the savvy technical choice in music. By replacing the processed pasta with simple rinsed white rice, you're providing your hardworking kidneys a well-deserved break without compromising on a warm, comforting dinner. You possess the knowledge now. Go savor your delightful meal while enjoying some music.